Hi, it's Brenna, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about a closed loop control system. So, what exactly is a closed loop system? It is a feedback control system that sends signals throughout our body in order to contract muscles and move. Starting from the very beginning, the signal is created in the motor cortex, sent to the cerebellum, the thalamus, it travels down our spinal cord, and finally out through our peripheral nervous system and into the intended muscle. However, the unique feature of this system is that it has a feedback loop for the signal to travel back up to the brain and compare the original signal sent and the actual motion that occurred. This way, we can detect errors and make adjustments during our movements. And being able to fix a motion during the movement is very useful for slow, precise, or complex tasks. You use closed loop control for many things every day. For example, a closed loop system is used when balancing on one foot, how you constantly have to concentrate and make adjustments so you can keep your position. Similarly, we used closed loop control when driving a car and even in the beginning stages of learning a new skill. When compared to an open loop system, which is a signal sent directly from the brain to the muscle with no feedback, we find that closed loop is a little more complex and is used for different tasks. So we already briefly mentioned an advantage of closed loop is flexibility within movement control. But what kind of disadvantages come with having a closed loop? Well, due to the signal being sent back to the brain, using a closed loop system takes a little bit longer. The system can produce corrections at a rate of up to 3 per second, but each correction is based on information and errors sent from a few hundred milliseconds before. Part of the reason why it takes longer than an open loop system is because the information that gets compared has to go through the executive stages again. The executive stages are stimulus input, stimulus identification, response selection, and motor programming. So, say you're crossing the street and your eyes detect a car coming towards you. This would be your stimulus input. And then you realize the speed you're walking is currently unsafe. And that would be your stimulus identification. So you decide to walk a little faster, and that would be your response selection. And then the program to walk faster is sent from the brain to the muscles, and that would be your motor programming. At the same time the signal is sent for a motor program, a copy is made of that signal and saved for comparison after the movement has started. This system is used to adapt to a changing environment and is constantly used every day. Anyway, those are some of the basics, and thanks.